Has this happened to you? You start an English conversation with someone, and they look at you like you're speaking a foreign language. You think, is it my poor grammar? Is it my pronunciation? Well, it's not that. It's just that your spoken English is textbook English, classroom English. It's like you're speaking from a stuffy old textbook instead of like a real person. Well, you're not alone. A lot of English learners struggle to break free of that formal, textbook style of speaking and start sounding more natural and conversational. I'm going to show you how to get rid of that textbook tone and start speaking English like a native. So get ready to throw out those outdated grammar rules and embrace a whole new way of speaking in English. Today, we're going to talk about how to stop speaking like an English textbook. Let's dive right in. So, what does it mean to speak like a textbook? Well, it's when you talk in a way that sounds too formal or stiff. It's like you're reading from a book instead of having a real chat with someone. When people speak like a textbook, they often use big words or long sentences that don't sound natural. And it can make others feel like they're in a classroom instead of having a fun conversation with a friend. I often get asked, what is the best textbook to learn to speak fluent English? And my answer is always the same. No English textbook. English language textbooks are great for classroom learning, for things like vocabulary and grammar, but absolutely useless if you want to learn how to speak like a native speaker. Now, let's look at the 3 reasons why we might speak like a textbook. Reason number 1?
Got it.
We learned English from textbooks. Most of us start learning English in school. We read a lot of books and do a lot of exercises from textbooks. These books often use formal language, and that's not how people really talk. So we get used to this way of speaking, and it becomes a habit. Reason number 2.
Got it.
We're afraid of making mistakes. So when we're not sure about our English, we try to stick to something we know is correct. So this often means using textbook phrases because we know we're going to be correct or right. We don't want to sound silly or wrong, so it's better to play it safe. And reason number 3,
Got it.
we don't hear enough real English. If we don't listen to native speakers often, we don't know how they really talk. We might not know the casual words or phrases that they actually use. So we fall back on the formal language that we learned in class from our textbooks. In a minute, I'm going to share a 3-step formula to help you overcome speaking like a textbook and begin speaking like a native. But before I do that, I want to share a free guide called The 5 Biggest Mistakes in English Conversation. One of these mistakes is speaking textbook English. Get my free report and find out what the other 4 are and how to correct them. Just click on the link below to get your copy. Now, here's the 3-step guide to help you speak more like a native and less like a textbook. Let's go through it together, shall we? Step number 1. Listen and watch real English. The first step is to surround yourself with real English. This means listening to how native speakers actually talk. And you can do this by watching TV shows and movies in English. Try to watch short clips 10 to 15 minutes, not the entire episode. And try to listen until you understand that little clip. Don't try to bore yourself by listening to a 2-hour movie and not understanding anything. You will give up quickly. Listen to English podcasts, following English YouTube channels, and watching English news channels. Pay particular attention to how people speak in different situations. Notice the words that they use when they're talking to friends versus when they're at work. When you watch English news or listen to a podcast, remember that this is a monologue, one person speaking. A conversation is a dialogue with two people speaking and listening. So the tone of a news program or podcast will be more like a lecture, not a conversation. Podcasts that are interviews are very good to learn conversation. When you are watching and listening to any of these programs, be sure to listen for slang, idioms, and casual phrases. Try to pick up the rhythm and flow of their speech. For example, instead of saying, "I am going to the store to purchase some groceries," a native speaker might just easily say, "I'm heading to the store to grab some food." See how that's more casual and uses less and shorter words? Step number 2. Practice speaking out loud. The second step is to practice speaking out loud. It's not enough just to listen. You need to use what you hear. And here's how you can do this. Repeat phrases you hear in shows or podcasts. Talk to yourself in English. Yeah, really. Talk to yourself in English. You might describe what you're doing at a particular time. I'm getting ready to go to work, and now I'm leaving my home. I'm ready to go take the subway. Oh, I met a friend on the street. So you describe your day to yourself as you're doing things, and this will help you improve your casual speaking because you're speaking to yourself like a friend. Use a language exchange app to chat with native speakers. And finally, you can join an English-speaking club or group if there's one available in your location. When you practice, try to copy the way native speakers actually sound. Pay attention to their tone and how fast they speak. Don't worry if you make mistakes. That's all part of the learning process. For instance, practice saying, "What's up?" instead of, "How are you doing?" Or try, "I'm beat," instead of, "I am very tired." These casual phrases will make you sound much more natural. Step number 3. Learn and use everyday phrases. The last step is to learn and use everyday phrases. These are words and expressions that native speakers use all the time. They might not be in your textbook, and most likely won't be in your textbook, but these are super important if you want to sound native-like and natural. And here's how to do it. Make a list of common phrases that you hear. Try to use a new phrase every day. Ask native speakers about phrases that you don't understand. Look for lists of idioms and slang online. Remember, it's okay if you don't understand every phrase at first. The more you hear them and use them, the more natural they'll become. For example, instead of saying, "That is very good," try saying, "That's awesome," or "That's fantastic," or replace "I don't know" with "I'm not sure," or "Beats me." These little changes can make a big difference in how you sound. Now, let's put it all together with some examples. Imagine you're talking about your day. A textbook way might be, "I woke up at 7 a.m. I consumed breakfast and then I went to work. After work, I returned home and prepared dinner. In the evening, I watched television." But a more natural way, a conversational way of speaking would be, "I got up around 7, had some breakfast and headed to work. After work, I came home and whipped up some dinner. Then I chilled and watched some TV. See how the second one sounds more relaxed and friendly? That's what you're aiming to do, to sound like that, to sound more friendly by using casual conversational English. Here's another example. Instead of saying, I am experiencing difficulty with this task. Could you please provide assistance? You would say, I'm having a hard time with this. Can you give me a hand? It's shorter, simpler, and sounds more like how people actually speak. Remember, changing how you speak takes time and practice. You're trying to retrain yourself to break old habits. Don't get upset if you don't sound perfect right away. Just keep trying and you'll get better every day. Let's recap our 3-step process. 1. Listen and watch real English. 2. Practice speaking out loud. And 3. Learn and use everyday phrases. If you follow these steps and keep at it, you'll soon find yourself speaking more like a native and less like a textbook. Before we wrap up, here are a few more tips to help you along. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. Native speakers make mistakes too. Try to think in English instead of translating in your head. Use contractions like don't instead of do not. They will make you sound much more natural. Pay attention to body language and gestures. They're all part of speaking too. Speaking like a native is about more than just words. It's about feeling comfortable and confident when you talk. The more you practice, the easier it will become. So, are you ready to stop speaking like a textbook and start sounding more natural? I bet you are. Start with the small changes and keep working at it. Before you know it, you'll be chatting away like you've been speaking English your whole life. That's all for today, folks. I hope this video helps you on your English journey. If you like what you heard, remember to get a copy of my free report, The 5 Biggest Mistakes in English Conversation. And let me know in the comments what other English conversation tips you'd like to hear about. So until next time, it's Herbert Lee saying, keep practicing and have fun with your English conversation.